There comes a time in your life when nothing makes sense, a time when you've tried your best, but things still aren't working, a time when you feel tired, confused, and unsure about what comes next. And in those moments, your strength alone is not enough. Your intelligence is not enough. Your plans are not enough. What you need in that moment is faith. Faith in God. Because when everything around you feels uncertain, God is the only constant. When everything is changing, God remains the same. And when you feel like giving up, God is still holding on to you. Faith begins where understanding ends. Faith is not about having all the answers. Faith is not about seeing everything clearly. Faith begins where understanding ends. The truth is, if you could understand everything happening in your life, you wouldn't need faith. But God never promised that you would understand everything. He promised that He would be with you. The Bible says in Proverbs 3-5, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." That means even when it doesn't make sense, you still trust Him. Even when it hurts, you still believe. Even when you don't see a way, you still have faith that He will make one. God is working behind the scenes. Right now, there are things happening in your life that you don't understand. Delays, closed doors, unexpected challenges. But what you cannot see is that God is working behind the scenes. He is protecting you from things you don't even know about. He is preparing you for things you are not yet ready for. He is aligning things in your favor. Just because you don't see movement does not mean nothing is happening. God is always working, even in silence. Your delay is not your denial. Many people lose faith because of delay. They prayed, but nothing happened immediately. They believed, but they didn't see results right away. So they start to doubt. But listen carefully. A delay is not a denial. God's timing is not your timing. And sometimes, what feels like a delay is actually preparation. Because if God gives you something before you are ready, it can destroy you instead of bless you. So, trust His timing. Faith requires patience. Faith is not just believing for one day. Faith requires patience. It requires endurance. It requires consistency. The Bible says in Hebrews 11:1, "Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen."
That means you are believing before you see. You are trusting before it happens. You are holding on, even when nothing has changed yet. That is real faith. Stop letting fear control you. Fear is one of the biggest enemies of faith. Fear will tell you, what if it doesn't work? What if you fail? What if things get worse? But faith says, God is in control. The Bible says in 2 Timothy 1:7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." So you have to make a decision. Will you live in fear, or will you live in faith? Because you cannot have both. God is your strength. There will be days when you feel weak, days when you feel like you cannot continue, days when everything feels too heavy. But those are the moments when you need to remember, God is your strength. The Bible says in Isaiah 40:29, He gives strength to the weary. So when you feel like giving up, don't quit. Pray when you feel weak. Don't run away. Seek God, because His strength is unlimited. Your situation does not define you. What you are going through right now does not define who you are. Your struggles are not your identity. Your pain is not your destiny. God has a plan for your life. A bigger plan. A greater purpose. The Bible says in Jeremiah 29:11, "I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you a future and a hope." So no matter what you are facing, your story is not over. Faith requires action. Faith is not passive. Faith is active. It means you keep moving even when you are afraid. You keep trying even when you are tired. You keep believing even when things are hard. The Bible says in James 2:17, "Faith without works is dead." So don't just pray, act. Don't just believe, move, because God blesses action. God never fails. People may fail you, situations may disappoint you, plans may fall apart, but God never fails, not once, not ever. Every promise He has made will come to pass. You may not see it immediately, but if you hold on, you will see it eventually. Keep going. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to quit. This is the time to hold on, to stay strong, to keep believing. Because your breakthrough could be closer than you think. And if you give up now, you may miss what God is about to do. So today, make a decision. Choose faith. Choose trust. Choose God. Even when it's hard.
Before you
Even
sleep
when it
tonight,
doesn't make
take a
sense.
moment to be
Even
still.
when you feel
The
tired.
day may have been
Because
long.
at the end of the
Your
day,
mind may
faith
be
in
full.
God is not
Your
just
heart may
about
be
getting
carrying
what you
things
want.
you haven't even
It's
said
about
out
becoming
loud.
who God created
There
you
may
to
be
be.
worries about
And when you
tomorrow,
truly trust
questions
Him,
about
your
your
life will
future,
begin to change.
silent battles no
Step
one
by
else
step.
knows about.
Day by day.
But
In
right
ways you never
now, in
imagined.
this moment, none of that matters.